Hello and welcome back to Nadya's Identity Files. I have with me the fabulous, intelligent, and exciting, exuberant Lisa Mockenberg. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Nadya, it is a privilege to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me on your show.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so excited to talk with you about your work and about the application of your work to age and identity and a whole score of other issues. But first, what I would love to know about is a little bit of background in your journey and how you came to be known as the Hypno Mom.
Well, I'm so happy to be on the Identity Files, and let me tell you why. My whole life, all I wanted to do is go into the mental health field. But my father discouraged it very, very much, vehemently. However, in my 30s, I found my way home. And I went to school and I became a hypnotherapist. I loved it. Here I could work one-on-one with people with unconditional positive regard, help them access the subconscious mind so they could get mastery over their lives.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, well, don't forget, Nadya, nobody comes to see a hypnotherapist to lose control. The only reason anyone would see a hypnotherapist is to gain more control over his or her life.
Interesting.
Well, then I ran into a fertility journey. Again, I was 36. And I used mind-body connection with hypnotherapy. I was already a hypnotherapist. And I was able to have my beautiful twin sons and then my daughter 2 years later.
Right.
Well, I'm a hypnotherapist. I have 7-month-old twins who do not sleep through the night. So what do I do? Well, I'm a hammer, so everything must look like a nail.
Right.
So with my 7-month-old twins, I used hypnosis to teach them how to sleep quickly, calmly, soundly, and deeply all through the night. Easy.
Did you find that they engaged at the same time? Were you able to engage them like in tandem, or was it kind of like a...
Well, having twin sons is like giving birth to ping pong balls. So you really need another pair of hands because you have 4 hands and 1 brain.
Yeah.
So I did it one at a time so I could have that focused concentration.
Gotcha.
Well, then I was doing a lot of bedwetting in my practice. So the minute my sons were 4 years old, I took off the pull-up. I used formal hypnosis with a hypnocrystal. You are getting sleepy. And I said, Mommy has a birthday present for you. You're going to be dry all night. And it was the first time I hypnotized them.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
I love that.
So they were dry all night.
Oh my gosh.
From
wow.
there,
You must have been so happy.
I was so confident. I took off the pull-up, and that was their 4th birthday, and they're 20 years old now. They've been dry ever since.
Good.
Here,
Yeah.
high five on
High
that.
five on
Yeah.
staying dry. And how old are they now?
20.
Yeah, well, hey, you would definitely need some real hardcore hypnotherapy if they were still wanting the bed at 20.
Well, then I was doing a lot of children in my practice because I was doing it with my own children, having wonderful success, and a little network known as Bravo decided to come and do a special on the Hypno Mom. And from there, it took off.
Wow.
And I'm known as the Hypno Mom. I have my own shows on, can I mention another network?
Oh, my gosh,
Are you
please.
sure? Are you positive?
Ah!
I am on hypnosistv.com. I have 2 shows, one called Amazing Mind, where you'll be a guest.
Yes, I am so excited.
Yes, I have one called Hypnosis Today. I also am a Hypno Mom from Bravo and on the Steve Harvey Show, and a brand new segment on CBS where I teach everyone how to use hypnosis for ADD.
I'm for sure going to tune in on Thursday. So I have to remember the time in my mind because I've watched the doctors, but it's been a little while. I've taken a bit of a hiatus from watching the show.
Well, I'll let you know exactly when it's going to air. So everybody out there can set your VCR because isn't it all about me?
It's clearly, excuse me? Yeah, come on.
Enough about me. What do you think of me?
I think that you're amazing, and I think your work is incredible, and you're helping a lot of different people. And, since you just mentioned Steve Harvey, why don't we cut to your segment on the Steve Harvey Show?
The reason I got into child hypnosis is, first of all, I had a fertility journey, and I used self-hypnosis to be able to conceive and carry my children. Now, I cannot hypnotize you unless you make a hypnocrystal. Then I started hypnotizing them to sleep quickly, calmly, soundly, and deeply all through the night. And this is how we do our breathing for hypnosis. It's big. Okay, now go nice and slow, the biggest bubbles that you can. You can use hypnoparenting for stuttering. You can also use hypnotherapy for tics. Breathe good vibes and imagine now that you're using good fives just to change directions just a little bit. The best thing is hypnotherapy works with or without medication for focused concentration with children with attention issues or attention challenges. You can use it to do your best, your personal best in the sports, but then detach from the outcome. You can use hypnotherapy to build resilience and tolerance to stress and frustration. You can also use hypnotherapy to have children transition off of video games and back into real life. I would say that I have hypnotized well over 1,000 children. It teaches them to be able to achieve their goals quickly. It makes everything easier.
Wow, I love that. And how, so that young boy that you were working with on the Steve Harvey show, what was the outcome?
Well, he had the second most common addiction that we have in first world countries. The second most common addiction is addiction to video games. The first is addiction to prescription painkillers. The second one is addiction to what we call simulated worlds. And that means that it's so compelling and so much easier to be in a video game, a simulated world, than to have to interact in the real world, which can be very, very difficult. I'll ask you the question, which is easier, playing Monopoly with your 3 brothers and sisters where you have to wait your turn?
Right.
Or playing a video game where if you don't like the outcome, you can reset and start again. And you never have to wait your turn.
And that very quick reset, it probably does something to the brain. And it
gives it a shot of dopamine, so you have instant gratification instead of delayed gratification, which is what everybody needs to be successful in this world. Right. So to answer your question, the outcome was he was able to put down the remotes, do his homework first, clean his room, and then fully, wonderfully, and completely immerse in his video games, but only after his work was done.
Wow, well, obviously you helped a family so much, so thank you for doing that. Thank you for your work. I love learning about this. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about hypnosis and hypnotherapy, so it's fascinating to me, and I really am interested in examining age and identity through this lens. You work, in addition to working with children, you also work with seniors. You even teach a continuing education course for HMI that offers a certification for hypnotherapy in seniors, right?
It's called Working with Seniors, the Privilege and the Challenge. Because we are caught in a construct where we believe, well, in the United States of America, I know that this broadcast is seen all over the world, but here in the USA, we worship youth and beauty. And there's a very interesting concept about who are you when you're no longer hot?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you when you're no longer in your childbearing years? And can you really reinvent yourself for the later stages of life? I am 57. I did that segment when I was 57. I had to get over myself, Nadya, because I thought that television was a young person's game.
Right.
And I thought, well, no one's going to want to see me. They want young, beautiful, vital women in their teens, 20s, and 30s. And then I had to look for my mentors. My mentors were people like Dr. Ruth Wertenheimer.
Oh, yeah. She's good.
And Judge Judy Scheinland.
Love Judge Judy.
Well, they started their careers when they were in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s. So we have to reestablish new role models so everyone, no matter what your age is, you're not confined by it. That you can create who you want to be at any age, and you can transcend the imposition of society that you're too old to do X, Y, Z. You're not. Can I tell you a secret about it?
Please.
When you want to reinvent yourself, halt and remember what you wanted to be when you were 8 years old, before life got in the way, before you became a collector or a telemarketer or a electrician or a plumber or even a physician. where you're having to be a dealer instead of a doctor
Right.
these days because everybody's primary care physician is Google. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
So life gets in the way. Halt! What did you want to be when you were 7 and 8? Did you want to be a fireman or a ballerina or a school teacher? And then you can stop and you can take a look and you can rediscover who you really are. Take the classes, find the opportunities, take a risk, be brave, let go of the side of the pool
Right.
in order to swim across. And you can rediscover who you really were, who you really are at any age.
We have the power to shape our own lives and mold ourselves into whatever it is that we want to be. Society should be following us and our journeys. We shouldn't be following society's journey as outlined for us.
Exactly.
So
At any age.
at any age, I don't care if you're 5, 25, or even 82. You have the opportunity to shape your own destiny. We're going to talk more about this in our roundtable discussion. I thank you so much. Look out for Lisa on The Doctors this Thursday on CBS. That is such an incredible opportunity. You're going to have an amazing reach. You're going to impact so many people. I'll have you in my thoughts all that morning. And stay tuned for my interview next with Scarlett Delasio, who's a mentee of Lisa. And then, of course, again, our roundtable. We'll be right back.